Let's start on the stage. We go all the way down the stage because I can't wait to find out Sean's story. It's really good. So, Mike, SEMA. Wayne would have remembered SEMA when it was, free booths in a hotel conference center somewhere in Las Vegas. And
he was there in 1920.
1920, yeah. Wayne went there. But Mike, now SEMA is a global phenomenon. You have people travel from all over the planet, from Australia, from South America, from Europe, just to come to this show. What makes SEMA so special?
Yeah, 80 countries. And by the way, Barry Meguiar, which is right there, Barry was there for the first one. So 1967, right, Barry? 65, yeah.
He was only 4 years of age, but he was there.
At the Disney Hotel.
Yeah, and we've been blessed to have great chairman of the boards in Corky. And anyway, it has become really we had an article out that said that SEMA is becoming the center of the automotive universe. And I took that as really aspirational for our team, and I put that paper up in our offices. But it's really 160,000 people, 3 million square feet now of space. It takes over all the convention center and pretty much all of Las Vegas. 4 days, business to business only, although Friday now, as a consumer, you can buy a consumer ticket to the show because it really is the one car show in America that people love to come to. So it's the biggest show. It is bigger than CES now, and we're blessed to have such a great audience. But it's passion-driven, right? It is everybody that wants to be in this business or is part of this business. And it's just an amazing event, and I pinch myself every day. I'm honored to be part of it.
You know, Mike, one of the things that SEMA does that a lot of people really don't know, it's got the best show, all the stuff that everybody's got to have in the world. Nobody needs, but everybody's got to have is at the SEMA show.
That's right.
And made by the SEMA owners, the SEMA business people. But what SEMA does also, since we now have we have a full staff in Washington, D.C., we oppose anything that is anti-automobile, anti-vehicle, anti-freedom to do what we want to do to our vehicles. So tell us what we just did with the EV mandate.
Yeah, so we spent a lot of our time, everybody knows this for the show, but we have an office in D.C., 14 people. Of course, we have lobbyists across the U.S. But like recently, some of you know about Leno's Law. We've been fighting on Leno's Law. We got a board of director right here. Catherine, say hi. So Leno's Law is up right now where we're trying to change for you guys in California. Right now, if it's 1977 or above, you've got to go get the car smogged every 2 years. We're trying to get that changed to a rolling 35 years. So we are about halfway through that process, trying to get that bill done. But the big one we're doing now from a nationwide standpoint is the EV mandate. As you may know as well, California, 35% of the cars in California by 2026 have to be EV. So 35% of the new cars sold by 2026 have to be EV, and 100% by 2035. Yes, boo. There's 14 other states that are following that mandate. So you may have seen President Trump signed an executive order. We've gotten through that executive order. That's our language. That's our bill. We got it through Congress, and we're waiting for a vote for the Senate to repeal California's ability to have its own rules. So that vote should come up in the next 3 weeks. Keep an eye out for SEMA, SEMA.org. We may need you to help to write to your legislators, but we really want to try to push that. We're not against EV. We think that EVs are part of our future. We just don't think they should be mandated.
Shouldn't be mandated.
There are several technologies out there. We all want cleaner air. We just don't think EVs should be mandated. So we do those sorts of rules fights all the time. We just won a bill against Oregon. Oregon tried to pass a law that said you can't use leaded fuels on racetracks. Well, we just won that debate. So those sorts of bills come up all the time.
So your show then, Mike, so SEMA transcends being an automotive show. It now becomes a voice for the automotive industry and the classic car industry and the resto mod industry in the US, and it can inflict on government rule changes. That's a very powerful position to have, isn't it?
Big, huge, and we're about to announce something that's going to be a little more international. So.
You're going to get me a passport to come and live here.
I am.
That's international. Yeah. That's news.
That's news.
That's all I need.
Yeah.
Just if you've got a direct line to Mr. Trump, if you can ask him, let me in.
We might have that direct line.
Please.
How long are you going to stay?
I'll stay forever with you, Corky.
Atta baby.
I'll stay forever.
Atta baby.
Absolutely. Me and Michelle would move here in a heartbeat. Mike, it's absolutely wonderful that you've given up your time for Teen Challenge today. I'm going to ask this of every one of you, but Mike, what does it mean to you, Teen Challenge?
It means so much. I mean, to see the success rate, Ron and I were just talking at lunch, but 86% success rate is just amazing. I have some knowledge of what goes on. I have a sister that's an alcoholic, which I didn't tell you, but to see that what she's tried to go through and to see the success here is just amazing. And to be Christian-based, anything Barry's involved in, I'm involved in, and it just means a lot to me. It means a lot to see the success rate. I saw it with Nicole. We knew Nicole very well. And anyway, just an amazing, amazing group, and I'm blessed to be part of it.
Well done, Mike. Thank you so much. Now,
What?
Mr. Corky Coker. Okay,
You say that so well.
I do say it so well.
Yes,
You sound like
Corky
Dick Van Dyke.
Coker.
Every American who tries to pull off an English accent, you sound like you're in Mary Poppins.
Yeah.
Dick Van Dyke.
Yeah. Okay, I'll stop.
Mr. Coker, you are like an automotive legend. We all know that anyway. But you're about to put yourself front and centre in front of everyone around the world that they can all see on your new TV YouTube series. Just tell us a bit about it. I looked it up last night. I was kind of fascinated that you want to do this and turn the cameras on yourself. But go on, fill us in.
So, my daughter and myself, along with our staff, we have a restoration shop. We build cars. And, you know, I had a car show in like 2013, called Back Road Gold, and we found barn finds. I still find barn finds. And, everybody say, well, tell me about it. And so we just started filming and doing them. And, you see Leno drive some of his cars. We get cars out of our car museum, 1909 Thomas Flyer, a 1912 Simplex, a 1967 Camaro SSRS convertible. And we go drive them. But we talk about them, and we talk about, what this shifter means, and we talk about the cars that we restore. Just recently, we found a barn find 1959 Jaguar XK150S, and it had been in the barn since 1985. Pulled it out, made a deal with this lady, and quite frankly, she came to my office for me to write her a check for a pretty hefty little sum. I have to buy every barn find within a 300-mile area. I have to, because if I don't, this knucklehead will sneak down there and get a Stutz Bearcat from 50 miles away.
You stay in your territory. I'll stay in mine.
I know where you live.
But it's a dark line. Yeah, it's a little wavy. that
Mason-Dixon line.
Yeah.
You stay above there.
I'll try.
So anyway, this girl came and I gave her a check for the car, and then she started talking to me about her son that died as a baby, and I said, well, I just lost my son. And she started crying, and I asked her if she knew Jesus, and she said, yeah, but I haven't lived the right way. So I led her to the Lord and then paid her for the car. So anyway, it's just amazing. And those kind of stories, we didn't show her giving a prayer, but it was just those kind of things I want to do well. And I want to say the good things that people do. And that's not always about this stuff that we get to caretake for a while. I love cars, and I'm excited to do it, but that's not all it. It's really moving everybody every day closer to Jesus, living family, having fun, and being out here with car guys who are the best people in the world.
They certainly are. They certainly
Amen.
are.
Amen.
So where can we find this TV show?
Well, we're on YouTube. It's Corky Coker's Honest Charlie Garage, sponsored by the Coker Museum, and it's also on Haggerty. It's on Samsung TV, and who knows what it'll be. He's got a new network coming out that's mostly all car guy stuff. So,
Yeah.
But we're having fun. I don't have to do that. I just love doing it. I love people, and I love sharing what I do.
We are so pleased that you do, because we want to see it. You're a really interesting character. You've got a lot of stories to tell. You've had an amazing life. You're an incredible character as well. And I think people, the audience, want to see that. So I think it's very brave to turn the cameras on yourself and put it out there for people to see. And I can't wait to see it. And the same question for you, Corky. You've been coming here now for the last few years. It's been a real pleasure to hang around with you. I can see what Teen Challenge, we can all see what it does for the youth around here. But what does it mean to you?
So it means saving lives. It means saving lives. We all have, a single point in our life that we make decisions. Some of those decisions point us to wrong things, and lives can be ruined. And, the people here at Teen Challenge have made those decisions that lives were beginning to be ruined with drugs, with sexual abuse, with, near suicide. And these people have had the guts, have had the faith and the strength to say, I need to make a change. And they make the most honest prayer that a man or woman can ever make, and that is, oh God, please help me. And then sign themselves into a group like Teen Challenge. So these people are here. I don't know if you guys have been to talk to some of the folks that have the red shirts here, but they're some of the most genuine people that you'll ever meet. I've said many times, if I'm in a war, I want all these people in red walk with a limp. You know what that means? That means they've had something in their lives that they still limp from. But what that limp does, it reminds them that their heart is healed. Yeah. Because the King of Kings and Lord of Lords has healed their heart. Yeah. And they graduate from here and they go out and they become great parents to their children, great grandparents to their grandchildren, and their lives are healed. 86%.
It's incredible.
Cure rate. Yeah. Absolutely amazing.
It's a wonderful and beautiful thing.
Nicole asked me to be the Grand Marshal.
She told you.
Yeah.
She didn't ask you. Nicole never asked anyone anything. Let's get that right. She told you.
She said, I didn't know that she wasn't going to be here when I was Grand Marshal, because the next year we had COVID, and then, we finally got it rolling. But it was such a great honor. I just had to be here for my friends Barry and Karen. And, when we had this, the celebration of life here at the castle. Yep. And then, oddly enough, a year and a half later, they came to our place in Tennessee, celebration of life for Cameron. But, those are the things that we do. It's all about people, and it's all about our hearts. Car people are the best people in the world.
They certainly are.
And I'm so thankful for that.
Barry once said to me, do you know a bad car person? And I think that's a question for all of us. Do you know a bad car person? I don't. I can't think of anyone. They're all really great people. And Corky, we really do appreciate you giving up your time and being here. It makes such a difference to all the people at Teen Challenge. We get a microphone down there. Don't worry about that for Mr. Isky. If you can, that'd be amazing. Right, now, the next one, this next person, he cannot walk through SEMA. If you think of Elvis had a whatchamacallit at Vegas, where Elvis was at Vegas, quite possibly the most famous man on the planet at the time. Elvis would try to get through SEMA and he couldn't. Tried to get through Vegas and he couldn't. Well, this is the same. I walked through the SEMA halls with Wayne Carini, and people were batting me out the way to get to this man here, because Wayne invented finding cars in barns. He is the man that sort of brought automotive car finding to the world, and he's turned it into an absolute art. So, Mr. Wayne Carini, it's an absolute honor again to be with you today.
It's always always a pleasure. Thanks, everyone. Mike's not telling the total truth, though. He photobombs every time I'm taking a picture.
Well, it's the only chance I can get to be a little bit famous, by rubbing it off on Wayne. So, Wayne, for you, I mean, we can talk about your amazing career and all the things you've done with your garage and your business and all the people that you support. We can talk about that, but let's just talk about, for a second, the future. Because the future, we are part of a network, and the future for both of us is kind of exciting. But the future for you is really exciting, because we've got some good things coming up. Because a lot of people keep saying, especially in the United Kingdom, because they think we live in this big house together, when's Wayne back on the telly? When can I see Wayne again on the TV? So fill him in.
So Mike came over one time to our house, and he thinks he still lives there.
I still live there, I do.
He tells my wife the drapes he wants in the room, what color the walls are going to be.
I chose the fabrics and the cushions. Why not?
That's how he is. He takes
if I'm going to stay there, I might as well enjoy it.
Do you think he takes over when he arrives somewhere?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So Mike and I and Corky and many others were on Velocity Channel for many years. Bob Scanlon was the president of the network. And we spent a lot of time. I had 18 seasons out of Chasing Classic Cars. But Motor Trend came in and bought Velocity. And they got in some financial difficulties because their system wasn't exactly what they thought it was going to be.
No, it wasn't.
Sharing subscriptions, you had to buy a subscription to be able to watch Motor Trend, and a lot of people didn't want to pay that extra $60 a month or $99, whatever it was. And they finally got it down to 99 cents a month, and it still didn't work.
Still didn't work.
So the network, after going to court, they finally folded. So Motor Trend is no longer a live broadcast show with no other than a Saturday show that they have, but yet there's no other automotive shows on there. They're running reruns, so you see Mike and I and Corky, and you see about everybody on reruns. That'll go on for the next 3 to 4 years.
We don't get paid for those, by the way.
We don't get paid.
So you don't have to watch them, because we don't get paid for them.
Yeah, but so we own Speed Vision. It's streaming. Right now, we have about 600 hours of broadcast library that we purchased. But we've got some exciting news coming out. Hopefully, I heard from Bob this morning where we're going to be streaming within a television. So when you buy this certain brand television, our network will be embedded in that. And so we're going to start having some new shows. Catching Classic Cars we've been filming it, and we'll bring that to the network fairly soon. And so we hopefully...
I told you it was exciting.
Awesome. We hope to bring the band back together, as they say.
Yes, how good is that, ladies and gentlemen?
Bring the band back together.
It's like the most dysfunctional man band you've ever seen, isn't it? But we are bringing the band back together.
But if we could have Mike and Corky and all the other guys that you saw on TV back together again, it would be wonderful because people really miss it. And we miss doing it. I mean, we really miss it. My wife really misses it, too, because she says, don't you have to be somewhere?
Yeah, get out of the house.
Get out of the house. I got some remodeling to do.
Yeah, the Brewers want new drapes.
That's right.
It's quite incredible, Wayne. You're dearly missed on the big screen, on our TV screens, but we know that there's really good things ahead. I've been talking to Bob and talking to you about it, and also me and Wayne, we are absolutely 100% destined somewhere in our future to be doing something together. It's insane that we're not doing something together, but we keep talking about it. We think that somewhere in the future, I've just got another big wheeler dealer thing to do, but me and Wayne will definitely be doing something together on screen.
Mike asked me to do a wheeler dealer with him, but I said, I can't live on making $6 on a car.
On a car. Yeah.
I can't survive
It's
$6.
about the car. It's about saving the car and getting it back out there, not being greedy. Lovely. So, Wayne, the big question. So, every year you jump on an aeroplane, you fly halfway across America, or in fact, the whole way across all of America, to come here to support Teen Challenge. You do it with a massive heart. You're so generous with your time. What does Teen Challenge mean to you?
Well, I've got such great friends, and Barry and Karen Meguiar and Nicole, and they asked me to come and do this event, and they asked me to be the Grand Marshal one year. And I got hooked. I mean, you saw all the great things that they do for people. And, everybody has a family member or a friend that has a problem. My sister has a severe problem with drugs and alcohol. And unfortunately, she never accepted that she could get better. And unfortunately, she's in a convalescent home now with dementia. She doesn't know anybody's name. And I really feel that it has something to do with drugs and alcohol, what she took over the years. We tried, we sent her to different places, and that's one thing. So you have an 86% success rate. I sent Kathy to 2 institutions, never successful, left immediately. You really have to be able to accept who you are, the problems you have, and you want to solve them. And until that time, and she could never accept that. She just thought I was crazy, that I had the problem, because I wanted to help her. But when you accept that problem, and I truly believe that this is so successful because it's Christian-based. There's other programs out there, there's other places that help people, but the success rate is 30, 40% maybe. at 86%. I really feel the cost too. I've been told that it's $2,100, you know, for a month. You know, and normally that could be $40,000 a month in any other institution. So you save so many people by doing that and making it affordable for people to be saved. And once I think you go through a program like this, you're saved forever. You know, you have successful life. I have a very close friend of mine, and their son was in a program, and he failed 5 times until finally, and now he runs the program. And his wife came out of the program, and now they have a wonderful family. So you got to be able to, you know, to accept that you have an issue, and you want help. And when you finally get to that point, there is great programs like this.
Yeah. I think it's when somebody falls to their knees and says, "Please God, I need help." That's the calling, isn't it? That's the moment God's there to help them, no doubt. Thank you very much, Wayne Carini, and he told some little truths there as well. How nice is that? Absolutely wonderful.
Mike, a little bit of trivia. Ed Iskenderian was the very first president of SEMA in 1963.
Wow!
And
That's amazing.
I'm told he left the room, and they made him president while he was out of the room. And I think that's a true story.
That's absolutely incredible. Isky, how old are you today?
103.
The other thing that you may not know about Ed Iskenderian, sitting right there, this chap, you ready? Because you can hear my voice, you'd struggle to hear his. He's come up here on stage to talk to you at, you ready? 103 years of age.
Woo! Woo! Tell you a little story.
Yes.
I get a call from Ed one day, and he said, "I'd like to have lunch with you." And I said, "Great. When would you like to do that, Ed?" He says, "Tomorrow." I'm in Connecticut. He's in California. So I go home and I said, "Pack my bags, Lori. I'm going to California." "What are you going to California?" I said, "Ed asked me to go have lunch with him, and I'm going to go have lunch tomorrow morning. I'm going to get on a plane at 6. At 11, I'm at his shop. We have lunch." And I did it. And when Ed Iskenderian asks you to do something, you do it.
That's right.
Before Mike became the president and CEO of SEMA, Chris Kirsten called me and said, "Hey, we're going to do a story on Ed Iskenderian on the dry lakes, and I've got a track T, but and he has a track T, but it had the wrong wheels and tires on it." So Ed said, "I need the same old Firestone and wire wheels on it that were on it." So I said, "The King Isky needs what he needs." So the set of wheels went out, and they did a whole photo shoot with him and his track T on the dry lakes.
Unbelievable. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together. Ed Iskenderian.
Thank you very much.
Isky, I'm just going to let you tell one of your favourite ever stories, Isky, and just entertain this audience.
Well, by golly, I wish you would have warned me in advance. Maybe I'll wait for the story a little later. Maybe I have time to think about that.
Ensenada.
What's a good story you want?
Ensenada.
Ensenada. Well, one time we were going down to Ensenada to give away clothes and stuff. And we'd say, "Where are the really poor people?" And he said, "Well, we're all poor, but if you want to go to Jaramillo, that new homesteading village where the people that got the free land, they need help." And so I was on my there, and I met a guy that is now a speed equipment manufacturer, and he makes he has a foundry here, I met him anyway. Anyway, let me see. What shall I talk about?
Can I just fill in a gap here? I've been told we've got to get all the celebrities ready for the autograph session on time very soon. But one of my favourite ever memories for me, I want everyone here, all of us up on stage, put a finger in the air, point to the sky. Everyone point to the sky. because we're all pointing at Mr. Gene Winfield at the moment, and we're remembering him.
Yes.
One of my favourite ever moments was right here on this stage where we had a celebrity car guy panel. Wayne and Chip were a part of it with Gene and with Ed. And there was a moment where everyone just stopped talking and we let Gene and Ed just go at it. And it was just fascinating. They did talk for like 20 minutes. We run behind, but it didn't matter. You were listening to two automotive legends just telling stories from back in the day that we couldn't believe we were hearing. And they were talking amongst themselves, but they had the microphones in their faces. So we all got to hear it. It was an incredible moment. So, Gene, we're all thinking of you here today. We do miss you dearly. Ed, horses. Tell us about the horses.
About the horses.
Okay, the founding man. Well, I met him in Ensenada, and he saw a little tiny car on my dashboard, and I thought, he likes that, so I'll give it to him. And I didn't know that later on, about 20 years later, he would also be in the United States and be an expert founding man. Bud Hines was the president, and he took us down to Mexico in about 1937 or 8, and we went all the way to Ensenada, and then that'll further down, and we could get a road to the ocean, and we were right on the sand all the way back to Ensenada, about 30 miles, 20 miles maybe. By golly, I hit a wave on the way. If you went close to the water, you didn't sink. The sand was harder there. And I got hit and drowned out. And by golly, the bug holders got pictures of me getting out of that before the waves took me over. We got out of
brilliant.
there all right.
How good is that? I mean, it's just a pleasure to be around Isky. His time of life is an incredible achievement. What a remarkable life this man's had. We owe a lot to him, and the car community does. Why don't we raise the roof, show our appreciation. Ed Iskenderian, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you very
Fantastic.
much.
We've got
God
one
bless
more,
you.
which is this young chap here standing next to me. This is Sean. I've been referring to Sean as the real life Father Christmas because I've got a little whisper in my ear what Sean does. But Sean, just explain to people who you are and what you do.
Hi, my name is Sean Lee. I'm the founder of the Purist Group. To make a long story short, I don't want to take up too much of your time with all these legends. The story goes back really quickly when my parents was divorced when I was 5, and my father was very physically abusive. So I lived with them until I was 13. I came to the United States and started living with my mom. And my mom was actually very, not physically abusive, but mentally abusive. So at 17 years old, I ran away and started living on the street by myself. So later on, to make a long story short, I work as a waiter. I work in different odds and jobs and trying to make a living. That goes back to 15 years ago. That's why I started the Purist Group when I went to semi-retirement. My real job is actually in the freight and air and ocean logistics business. But after I sold part of my company, the share to my company, I started working in the company as a delivery driver.
And you ended up owning it.
And I'm owning a percentage of it.
That's the American dream right there. That's great.
Yeah, and after that, I devoted my life and residual of my life and just to help out kids because if you want more kids that doesn't have to go through what I go through, and we're making a difference. That's why after Barry introduced me to Nicole and the principle on what we believed in is making the life better, making the community better, and hop on the right away. I think that was 8 years ago, right, Barry? 8-9 years ago, yeah. So. And
how do you do that? Because you gather toys throughout the year for kids. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's more than toys now. So every year we get during school season, we get our backpacks for underprivileged children to go back to school with. Then we also help kids that suffer autism. And every year in, our biggest event was actually the toy drive. We've been doing that for 14 years. And we get our toys. First toy drive we did it with about 30 cars. Now, any given time, we have a few thousand cars on display.
It's incredible.
And the highest we ever give out is 45,000 toys per year.
What?
Yeah.
45,000 toys per year?
You gave about 3,000 to 4,000 backpacks fully loaded with about 10, 15 pounds worth of scoop supplies into the kids in the community.
I mean, seriously, come on. And did I not say It's Father Christmas, right here. He's right here. He gives the toys to the kiddies. You make us all feel like useless human beings now when we're standing around you. If people want to get involved, if people want to help in any way, is there somewhere they can go and find out?
Yeah, we have a website that's kind of not very organized right now. It's called puresgroup. We have two. One's .org and one's also .com. And I turned Pure Group into 501c3 about a couple of years ago. So.
And here's the same question for you. Teen Challenge. Is this your first time here?
No, it's my 8th year here.
Your 8th year here. Yeah. So Teen Challenge, if you've been coming for 8 years, you've seen the difference it's made to people's lives over that time. What does it mean to you?
Well, Pure Group and Teen Challenge has the same principle, and that's why I'm always going to support this event. Like I said, we're doing our best to make the community a better place, but through a common interest of car and motorcycles. How beautiful is that, right? And everybody had a common interest for the love of the car coming together and save lives. This is a beautiful event. And thank you again, Barry and Karen, for doing this.
Absolutely incredible, eh? How good is that? Absolutely incredible. Wasn't that special, ladies and gentlemen? We get these guys give up their time for free to come here to support Teen Challenge, support Barry and Karen. Sorry, Karen and Barry. I need to get that right. I think we all need to now reprogram our brains for that. We're going to have all of these guys over at the celebrity sign-in table right now, including myself. So if you want to come and meet us, you can get a show poster and we can all sign it for you. If there are any celebrities in the room that can hear my voice, any of our Car Guy celebrities, please make sure that you make your way over to the sign-in table. Just grab this picture taken. Don't forget, we still have the silent auction.
Mike, get over here. Barry
wants one.
The chairman wants one.
Come on, Barry.
Don't forget, we've still got the silent auction. Plus, we've still got the auction items here on the stage, which we'll be auctioning off in about half an hour's time. And don't forget, we've got the awards to get through as well. Who's got the best cars here? We'll soon be finding out.
Did you tell him why Chip's not here?
I will do it again.
Here we go. Come on in. All right now.
We also have an apology from Mr. Chip Foose, who apologises he can't be here. He said he simply doesn't care anymore.
No, that's not what he said.
He said, I simply don't care anymore. No, unfortunately, Chip was booked to do an event. The event was cancelled. It was rained off. So Chip was like, great, it's been rained off. He doesn't have to do it. But when they reminded him that he had a rain date clause in his contract, which coincides with today, unfortunately, Chip couldn't get out of it. But he did call in last night. We put him on speaker so everyone could hear at the gala dinner. And Chip sends his love to everyone. He apologises for not being here. He will make up for it double next year because we'll get him twice. I promise. Right, so now all the celebrity car guys are going to go over to the sign-in table. You've got Cleo Shelby over there. You've got Pat Brandt. You've got loads of people over there. I'm going to go and join them as well. Don't forget, auction coming up very soon. Silent auction, still items to bid on. Thank you very much for listening to my voice as well. I appreciate that. Big afternoon coming up, so don't disappear. And we look forward to seeing you over at the autograph signing.